Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. Right here with Spears.
How y'all feel out there?
What time is it? Game time. Dun 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 dun.
We're at the
You know what that
movies. We're at the movies.
You got it.
Yeah.
This is Movie Phone for Indiana Jones Press 6. What happened to that shit?
Dude, I don't know, but out of all your impressions, that is absolutely your worst one ever.
Yeah, I don't know that motherfucker's voice. I just know he exists.
It's how did it go? It's call. Oh, it was 555 movie phone, so it was called 555. I can't do it either, but that was bad.
And you judging.
Yeah, but I'm not judging. I'm just telling you, you have great impressions. That isn't one of them.
I wasn't even trying to impersonate the motherfucker.
All right.
God, that just shows really how old we are.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
That you would actually pull out a phone and dial 7 to 10 digits to find out where the movie. When now you just go on your phone and you say some shit like, "Where's this fucking movie at?"
I don't even call it a phone. You go on your computer.
Yeah, you go on
in your pocket.
Your pocket computer.
Yeah. Of course, folks, this is the part 2 of the Christmas 5 movies. But since we're in the vein of movies, let's get a couple other things out of the way real quick. Yo, I can't wait till we get together with Neri. Was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks, right?
I think so.
Y'all, you gotta remember Neri, the one who likes to call me a fanboy. Fuck you, Neri. Who's got actual fucking cartoon characters and fucking superheroes tattooed on his calves. Like, I'm a fucking fanboy slash fag, but this nigga got Mighty Mouse tattooed on his calf. Fuck out of here.
He's living that life.
Well, you know, he likes to discuss all things comics and superhero type shit. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, if y'all haven't seen it, motherfucking Spider-Man No Way Home is fire. That shit is dope.
So funny. I called my son. I said, "Max, you need to go see." He goes to a lot of the Suns games. He'll buy tickets to the Suns game. He's having an easier time getting Suns game tickets than he's having getting tickets to go see Spider-Man.
Man, what they say, one of the biggest openings, 584 million. And, you know, some people, now let's slow down a bit. There are a couple of people there's a couple of reviews. It's better than Endgame or Infinity War. No. But it's damn close. And what makes it that, and I don't want to give it any spoilers away, so I'm going to just say this on your left, Cap. Man, when that Endgame type moment happens, yes. Man.
Hey, man.
Dude, it's fucking great.
Hey, man.
And you know what? Fuck it. If you don't want to hear this, y'all, get the fuck off the headphones. Because by the time this airs, the movie will have been out, what, a week?
Yeah.
And so come on, man. Yo.
You're ruining it for people.
Fuck it. Nostalgia, nigga. If you grew up with, as I did, my first Spider-Man in the live action, Tobey Maguire, then Andrew Garfield, and now Tom Holland. The fact that all 3 of these motherfuckers are in it during the climactic fight. Dude, there's one shot, and it's all, you know, and as I was perusing through my phone, it's all over the fucking YouTube now.
Yeah.
It's all over fucking social media. They even got ones where they show it and they say, spoiler alert, and then if you swipe left, they show the fucking scene. When all 3 of these motherfuckers spring into action and jump in the air, and they got all 3 of them webbing at the same time, swinging through the air in all of this stylized, fucking synchronized, choreographed shit. And then they all swing past the moon in slow motion. And when they all land, they got their own superhero pose. Man, badass, nigga.
Did you see it in 3D or regular?
Regular. I don't do that 3D shit. Come on, that's for kiddies.
Yeah, I just asking.
I don't need spider nuts coming at me. And dude, I cried twice, man.
This is the thing that I can't understand. That you did say that you cried twice. Why?
Dude, the death of Aunt May.
See, I can't believe you're saying that though. You're killing people right now.
Motherfucker, look, people didn't know what this is, man. We don't just put a fucking switchblade in the fucking Kia Coke and taste it. We slice the bag open and go to town, nigga. It's a party. And when Spider-Man says goodbye to Ned and MJ because the spell that Doctor Strange puts on to make people forget about him, they'll forget about his existence. So they won't recognize him as Spider-Man or Peter Parker, that for that matter, Ned and MJ. He has to start over. That goodbye scene with MJ and Tom Holland tearing up and kissing. Yeah, man. Yeah. I had him strolling down the cheeks, nigga.
Do you think you just feel that way because you keep saying MJ? And so to you, that's Michael Jordan. And you just like when you have to say bye to Michael Jordan, is this what's
bye MJ? Look, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing this because you fucked me doggy style. Goodbye. Break. That's funny. So yeah, y'all, I'm telling you, Spider-Man, man. And you know what was wild? The same way when you looked on YouTube and you saw the footage of crowded theaters and you know, Falcon says to Captain America, yo, Cap, on your left. And the audience erupts when Ned opens the portal and Andrew Garfield comes in, the crowd goes nuts. But when he opens the portal and Tobey Maguire comes in, the audience lost its shit. But we're going to save the rest for Neri, yo.
Yeah, let's save it for Neri. You know, I got a question, though. I'll ask you.
Yeah.
And it's only because of Tobey Maguire that I asked this question. Do you think that they're missing by not having Leonardo DiCaprio in a Marvel movie?
I wouldn't want him in a Marvel movie.
That's what I'm asking.
He looks like Leonardo DiCaprio.
So you can't see him as anything other than...
Hell no.
You can't see him as a bad guy?
No. It's Leonardo. His face is so specific. It's Leo.
But he plays everything.
Son.
He plays nice guys. He plays slavers. He plays bear
but
hunters.
He's not superhero material. He would be like Nicolas Cage as Superman. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Again, Nicolas Cage got Scottie Pippen face, nigga. Where it looked like everything is pointing down.
I wasn't trying to be mean to Nicolas Cage. I actually
Have you seen it? Have you seen the footage of him in the suit?
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was terrible. And he had the fucking Con Air hair.
Right. I actually liked Nicolas Cage, though, in Ghost Rider. I didn't like the movie. I liked his attempt at it.
Okay, I can see that. But Spider-Man is such an iconic. I'm
not saying as Spider-Man. Do you think Marvel should have had him in a movie by now?
Nah, yo. Nah. And I think he's too. He's fine. He's fine China, nigga.
I'm gonna save the question for Neri because I want to see if he thinks of anybody that he thinks that he should be playing.
Nicolas Cage. Where's Lois Lane? I wish I could do Nick Cage, man, but I'm telling you.
Do Nicolas Cage, but do like the old Batman, the old Superman going up, up, and away.
Up, up, and away. Like I don't do Nick Cage, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I got it though. I can get it from that. That's better than your movie phone.
Movie phone guy?
Yeah.
Movie phone. Press 5. Whatever you want to say. Now let's move on to other business. I said I wasn't gonna watch it, but it was like a fucking crackhead who's, you know, trying to rehab and I had a relapse. It was itching me and I had to see it. So I went ahead and watched. They don't even call it Sex in the City. They call it and just like that.
Yeah. So when I told you this, what you're going to talk about, did it feel like I just walked up to you with one of those little shanks and just gave you like 10 of them right in the fucking in the stomach? Just
When you told me what it was?
yeah. Because when I told you that to you, your face.
Yeah, because I was so not expecting it. But I watched it. I won't watch anymore. I watched the first two because there's only two, but I think there's a third one now.
I watched the third one already.
Yeah, I watched the only two that was available, and I'm done.
See,
I'm not fucking with this.
I like this better than Sex and the City. You know why?
Why?
It's dark. It's about the horrible part of a relationship, life, the end of life.
They should call this "And Just Like That, Them Old Bitches Passed." Nigga, they look old.
Okay, that opening scene, and listen, I'm not here to make. I'm going to say two things, and you got to hear the whole thing so that you understand what I'm going to say.
All right.
When I saw the opening scene in Sarah Jessica Parker, and the way they shot it, and how bright it was, and the colors and everything, dude. I mean, I never thought Sarah Jessica Parker was,
gorgeous.
Yeah, but I never thought she was ugly. She has a unique look. Let's put it that way. That was the look that I was looking for.
Right.
But man, and then this is where I'm going to go to this next part and why you have to listen. One of the things though that really bothers me, that I'm thinking is bothering me, because who's your girl that you like the best? That's in it.
Well,
the three out of the ones that were in it.
Out of the three, Kristen Davis,
Yeah,
Charlotte.
Yes, Charlotte. Dude, listen, we got to stop with all this plastic surgery. You look,
Has she?
she has this puffy look, this where you can see that they put stuff in trying to keep everybody full faced. And dude, you know what? There's something. I went back and looked at some older Hollywood people as they aged, and you do see, especially in older Hollywood, especially white, they just they disintegrate a little bit, a lot of bit.
Right.
But there's something honest about that. This putting all this shit in you and trying to look, you don't look young. You look fake.
Let me tell you, all them bitches got alligator stomach necks. And Cynthia Nixon looks the worst.
Well, she really has the neck.
But even in the close-ups, you could see it in the eyes and it just, oh my God. Well,
she's probably the oldest one, but I'm changing my life to start looking at this differently, because it's just too much, man. All these fillers that people are putting in and shooting in their head, their face doesn't move, the shininess of it. And you know who you really, okay, I don't know if you're going to go here with me on this, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. The gay dudes.
Right.
They look,
Mario Cantone and the other one that plays Stanford Blatch.
Yeah, who passed away recently. Man, I would not. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm looking forward to getting older and doing it gracefully, but with my fucking age. I don't want to look like I've had shit done. I don't want to have shit done.
Well, nigga, you look 86 now.
Yeah, and I'm happy with looking 96 next year. I want to get old. You want to
get old respectfully
and be comfortable with it. This is making me feel. I feel bad that people feel that they have to do this to themselves.
But don't you think that's more of a woman thing than a man thing? Men ain't really running around getting plastic surgery. We accept oldness.
A lot of men are get Botox though to hide some of those wrinkles, especially like on the forehead. No, because it looks better on camera. But when you see these people's faces up close, man, it is not nice. I mean, I've run into a few people that are famous people on the streets here out in New York. They look like, it doesn't look like a real person when you see them live and in the street
because of the surgery.
Yeah,
right.
So, my opinion doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. I just want to get.
But listen. To take from Patrice a little bit, he said, "White people, y'all age like fruit, like y'all just get bad." Like Angela Bassett, I think is in our 70s. That bitch looks pristine, nigga.
Yeah. No, I have it. It should have changed. What he should have said was white people age like bananas.
Fruit.
Yeah, but some fruit can hold up a little bit. Some white people hold up a little bit, but a lot of white people age like fucking bananas. There's like a banana, you look at it one day, it's too yellow, and the next day, it's fucking done. Their
skin look like white folks. Y'all skin look like the underneath of a dress shoe.
You could say y'all, but I don't care what you say about me. I'm balding, but the rest of me still looks normal.
Right.
My neck ain't fucked up. Around my eyes, you can see my age, but that's normal. Now
let's get to the real question though.
Okay.
Was it just coincidental timing, or because this is the conspiracy? Oh. So they killed Chris Noth off because of these allegations.
Well, a lot of people that are going to listen to this will say, well, no, they didn't, because it didn't come out till after it was already filmed. But as we know, as you're in this industry, you know that people know in advance when these things are going to come out.
Right.
We know that there's articles sitting on desks ready to be released. So I don't know. But again, listen, it's going to get me in. I want to believe.
You always assume shit's going to get you in trouble, and it never does.
I always want to believe women because that's the way that it's said. And why would you put yourself out there like that if you do? But and I guess my problem might even be definition of what a predator is, because when you have 14 years in between these allegations,
right?
Predators are usually like, they can't stop themselves. They're
consistent.
Yeah, there's a pattern. Now, so I'm not, and listen, I'm not denying anything that happened to the women that say that happened to the women, but is there a difference between being a predator and could there be I don't want to say miscommunicate. Could one person assume that the other person is into them and the other person isn't, and this is what happens, or they are, but they're not into them, or they drank? I'm not.
Well, Andy, let me tell you that sometimes when you tell a woman that I'm into you and she says that she's not into you, but you're into her, all you got to do is put something in the drink and then you'll be into her without her knowing that you're into her. But then when you're done, you'll be out of her. And that's when she'll find out that you're not really into her, but she's not into you.
But you were in her.
But you were in her. That's what I'm saying, with the Rudy and the Theo. I used to tell the kids all the time. So if you want to be into somebody, you got to ask them, can I be into you? And if they say no, then you put yourself together a cocktail with the emphasis on the cock.
I think I've told you this before. I told you what's weird about Cosby is that a lot of people admitted to having sexual relationships with him prior, and then they would go out and with him, and they said that they don't remember what happened. They got a drink from him, and that they're accusing him of putting things in their drink. But if you already had a relationship with this person, and you want someone to be completely incapacitated and immobile, isn't that more like fucking a dead person? Isn't that like necrophilia?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's like
I thought necrophilia is when you just with your hand stroke a woman's neck.
That's we've
necrophilia. You get it? Boom, boom.
Yeah, yeah. but that's what Dracula's based on is sleeping with dead people. So what I thought that they should have done a long time ago is when they were accusing Cosby, they should have went to Temple University and went to the science cadaver department and see if they could find any
evidence.
Cosby DNA.
Oh, wow. Let me just say, imagine now that you bring this up, because there's sort of a link between Chris Noth and Bill Cosby in a certain sense. So imagine if Chris Noth had to go to, where would you have would you say cadaver?
Cadaver, yeah.
A dead body, right?
Yeah, they're all in the biology departments that they have.
So what if Chris Noth had to go investigate the biology department to go find out if some of these bodies who've been doing this. So this would be a very special episode of Steve. After I say of, give me the Law and Order. Doom, doom. You just gave it to me. Coming out of that in 3, 2, 1. Detective Noth. Yes, we have one of the bodies here. We have no idea who did this. Let me check it out. He takes out his magnifying glass and he's looking at the body and he sees, I'm sensing several ingredients here. There's water, gelatin, antipic acid, sodium citrate, traces of citric acid, artificial flavor sweetening, red dye number 40, salt blue, contains phenylalanine. Steve, give it to me again. Doom, doom, after I say that last word. Coming out of that in 3, 2, 1. With all those ingredients, what are you thinking, detective? I don't know. Feels kind of Cosby-ish. These are the exact ingredients to Jello Cherry. Steve, one more last time. Doom, doom, after Jello Cherry. Coming out of that in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, man. I'm sure there's some sort of link if you do the math.
Between Law and Order, Cosby, Chris Noth.
Yes.
You know what? I always just thought it was North. I don't know why I always thought it was Chris North.
Noth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But it just confuses me.
Well, and here's my thing. Did you actually read the article? Because I saw the article. It came up on my email. It was in People magazine, and I actually read the article. One chick said it happened in 2004, and another one said it happened in 2014. And the last one in 2014 said that she got a text from him saying, "Hey, please don't tell anybody about this because I'm married. You did have a good time, right?" So, God, you don't ever want people who you like to be guilty. But as I always...
Yes, some are guilty.
But yeah, like I say, man, celebrity comes with an aura. And people want to believe that, people forget that before the aura, they're regular motherfuckers too. And regular motherfuckers can be sick.
Well,
can be criminals.
Remember, I forgot what comedian says, that actors, I forgot what the joke was, but basically it's actors want to be anybody else but themselves. Oh, comics want to be themselves on stage. Actors want to be anybody but themselves. So,
well, that's the job.
Yeah. So, but when you have that kind of job, there's something in your personality that wants you to be somebody else because there's things that you're trying to get past in your life. So actors, I'm not saying comics are more normal. I'm just saying people that want to pretend to be someone else, there could be some background issues in those people.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they all are. I'm just saying, it shouldn't be that outlandish to think that someone who is trying to be anybody else but themselves might be leaving some other things behind. So it shouldn't be as weird, but we put actors on a pedestal. We put fame on a pedestal. Fame and
absolutely.
money. So
absolutely.
That's the problem with it. It's the fame more so than anything else. We don't want our famous people to be fucked up.
Want to get festive?
You want to do these movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do them. You got the list? I forgot the.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, go ahead. You want to read off the list that we're doing today? This is the other 5 of the 10
Christmas movies. We're doing The Ref. We're doing Krampus. We're doing Jingle All the Way. We're doing the night. Was it Night Before?
Night Before.
The Night Before, and there's one more. Fred Claus.
Fred Claus. Yeah, that's right. I hadn't seen that one.
Which one? Oh, you hadn't seen it?
I hadn't seen Fred Claus. I hadn't seen most of the ones. I hadn't seen The Ref. I haven't seen Fred
Claus. But you saw him, though.
I've seen them all. Now I have.
Which one you want to start with?
I'd like to. Which one? I either want to end or start with Krampus because that one is
let's do Krampus last.
okay. And so then let's do the Ref because that's the other.
All right. Actually, that's what I actually had first.
Yeah, did you?
Dude, I miss Kevin Spacey, man. He's so goddamn good. And this is what we just alluded to. When someone is good and they move you, whether it's an emotion of sadness, laughter, anger, when someone is good at what they do and you invest in them, like, I like this motherfucker. That's why it hurts so bad when you find out what you find out. But Kevin Spacey is so goddamn good.
He really is a great actor.
Man, that scene where they open up and him and his wife are at the therapist, and she says the thing that she has this dream where his head is in a platter.
A platter,
with his penis in his ear. And he described it as a castrated Florentine. Nigga, that tickled my tummy, nigga.
Dude, his facial expressions are always, they're not over the top. They're just subtle that you catch all of them. Like when he's talking and the little head shake, the whole way he looks at the camera.
And this is a testament to all things working. Because like I said, you could have great writing and terrible actors. You could have great actors and terrible writing. But when you have both, because what you just said, the words are on the paper, but you got to deliver it.
Yeah.
And the way he delivers it, it's fucking good, man.
What was do you remember the name of the actress? It's the actress in the
actress in the
female
movie?
Actor. Yeah.
I don't.
Listen, I just got to tell you, I didn't enjoy the movie. Not because she wasn't good, but he was that much better to me.
You didn't think she matched him?
No,
performance for performance?
Because what I said, his subtlety, his sarcasm, didn't ever feel as over the top as her arguing with him. She always felt over the top.
But I think you needed that. It's a peanut butter and jelly.
You know,
they can't both be the same.
You know the scene where they're pretending to be arguing to throw the cops off at the end,
right?
Because the cops come in and they're trying to throw him off because they want him to get away.
Right.
He argued differently with her in that scene. She argued the same way that she argued throughout the whole movie.
I'm gonna have to go watch that and see if that's a thing that you pick up.
It's the first time I watched it. I just felt like that scene is what made me say what I said about her, and also made me not enjoy the movie as much.
I will say this. This is something I noticed. And I don't think Kevin Spacey does it a lot, but I think sometimes it slips in. And on this movie, there was a moment where it definitely slipped in. We know Kevin Spacey's gay.
Yeah.
Sometimes in his delivery, you see the San Francisco. There was one moment, I can't remember it in the movie, where he delivered a line, but the way his neck and head moved, it was, like a flag blowing in the wind. There was a little to it.
But
it was a little zesty.
Yeah, but he's always had that in all of his movies.
But I've never noticed that.
That's because now you know. When you didn't know, it didn't stand out that way. But there are moments, and I'm not going to deny it, that you do see that. It's one of the arguments that they're having, and he does that thing with his head again, and then it's very subtle. But
yeah, it's very subtle, but it's
in there because we know now. And this is why actors tried to keep when they were. That's why gay actors, especially who played leading roles,
straight characters.
Yeah, they wanted to keep that out of the public's eye because they wouldn't be seen the same way. And it's you picking that up proves that they're right.
Well, you're a great actor when people know, like it ain't even about speculation. They know what you are, and you still play a straight role where he's kissing his wife and you go, this nigga suck cock. But that's not important to you. Because you're going, yo, I believe him kissing his bro, but we know this nigga sucks cock.
But like Rock Hudson, which is that's probably the end of keeping things way hidden. Would he be that leading man? Would he have been that guy if people would have known? Yeah, today, if people knew.
Yes.
You think he would because he was that good of an actor?
Yes, dude. The only movie I've seen him with that my father loved growing up was Pillow Talk with him and Doris Day. Couldn't tell, man, straight as a motherfucker. Straight as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not saying he would, but would people today look at him differently? Try to find because today it's so acceptable. Yeah, well, that's true.
It's overly acceptable. I don't know if that's a good pairing of words. Like, I have an issue with it, but it's just in your fucking face now. You know, when I saw an HIV commercial the other day, 2 chocolate niggas kissing at the end of it. Like, it's just, it's there, man.
Okay. So not to harp too much on to get back to the movie though. Did you like, okay, we didn't really talk about the movie, but I want to ask you this. Is it a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to tell you, it's a great look for Dennis Leary because there's a moment where, you know, obviously dysfunctional family, turmoil, divorce, and hence the title, The Ref, where he is, you know, trying to balance his what's the word I'm looking for? What he's supposed to be doing there. Like his main goal is to, you know, be there long enough till his man, the clutch sets up what he got to set up and get out of there. But he's also getting caught up emotionally and mentally in what they're going through. And there's just a moment where you can see he cares. Where he starts to care.
Well, the son brings him into caring.
Right.
But their obvious hyper dysfunctionality is what brings them into it because they're so dysfunctional. But I think it's a Christmas movie because in order for the plot to work, they need Christmas for all the things to happen that are going to happen. Like that doesn't happen. You don't get it. It couldn't happen during Easter. It needs that plot line. Yeah, you would.
And when the family comes over, that's when, you know, chaos ensues.
And that the mom, So I did find it to be a Christmas movie. I love my favorite line in there is when she says, "You don't even know who you are," and she goes, "Yeah, I am. I'm sock slippers size 9 or whatever she said. I forgot what size she is, but it's the other woman, not the lead. Right. That shit. There's some good writing in there, and the comic that you just said that I'm forgetting his name already.
Dennis Leary.
He doesn't do the rant only towards the very end of the movie is the only time.
Right. No, I'm telling you, to me, this was a good look for him. Like, look, man, I've never really, I know he had that big hit show as a fireman. I never really watched him like that. And I heard he was really great in that too.
He really was.
But for this movie, I mean, I believed him.
Yeah.
I believed him.
Well, yeah, because you believe that he's a dude came from the tougher side and he's listening to these rich people. I love when he says that about the Chagall. You got a Chagall and you don't even want to look at it. Like,
you're our guy.
Yeah. I love that. I love that scene because, you know, it's a question that's always been throughout the ages, because if you're rich enough to own it, do you appreciate it as much as someone who could only get a glimpse at it at a gallery? Do you appreciate it as much when it's hanging there? It's a really good question. It kind of comes up in that how he addresses that. I thought he did a great job.
So when you own it, your question is, when you own it, do you appreciate it more versus when you don't?
Can you appreciate it? You appreciate it probably less because it's there for you to look at any time. Someone who has to go to you got to wait till the museum has it up. You got to get a ticket. You got to wait. You got to come to see it. There's a lot more effort to go into appreciating that piece and only getting to look at it for a few minutes than someone who might just have it in their house and they can look at it any time. They can forget it's up there.
Yeah, well then shit, white folks should have loved us a lot more after slavery.
Yeah, but oh God, never mind. Woo! Dude,
something went through your head?
Yeah, I almost canceled it. I almost canceled myself. You want it? You want it?
Yeah.
That's why they were hanging so many of you, so they could have you.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Dude, you just graduated to your next level of belt. You see, you are one more joke like that away from the Kumite, nigga.
That hurt me to say it. It hurt me to think it.
Man.
It hurt me to think it. That wouldn't hurt me to even think it, let alone.
Your Shidoshi is proud of you, nigga.
Oh man, that hurt me. It didn't even hurt.
This dick on the table moment was brought to you by matzo ball soup and velvet yarmulkes. Dude, I thought it was a real cute moment because you know that they're dysfunctional, but that moment where the chick in the movie and Kevin Spacey are both tied up facing each other on the bed. I thought that was kind of a real human moment a little bit.
It was. But that's the moment where when she goes back to arguing him with me, that's why there's a difference between, you got to watch it. There's a difference between the way Kevin Spacey argued, where you could tell he was kind of acting and she was having that same blown up. I don't know. You check it out and see it. But yes, that was a very nice moment. The kid coming in and the kid's like, what's going on here? Because he's never seen his parents be nice to each other. Yeah, man. I actually like the movie, but it's very slow. I'm surprised you like the movie because it moves at a snail's pace.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I did.
It didn't feel that way to me.
It moves slow.
Let me ask you something, man, because you probably more of a family guy in this sense than I am. Do they hype that up, like overblow it out of proportion, or is hanging out with your families during the holidays really that dysfunctional? Because that's in every movie, especially in a comedy.
I think it's overblown, but listen, if you have a great family, then you're going to your family's house for the holidays. I'm going to my family's house I have a friend. They get together and their families spread out throughout the country. So they meet at a resort every year. And we're going to we're going to get together. We get together. They get together. Those are the words of people that enjoy being around their family. I have to go to my parents' house, or I have to. That's the difference. When someone has to, those are the people that argue and fight and just completely dysfunctional, don't want to be there.
Right.
I'm going to go meet my parents we're going to get to spend the holidays together. That's nice. I don't fall into that category. But I'm not a people person. So it's hard for me to go. I don't mind a small group. My parents, my brother, my sister, that's just fine. But when more family comes and more people, that's too much. When I see like the grandmother and all that, I get that. I get the argument, the fighting.
Right. But in your experience, do y'all like the movies? Is there fights like that? And
no, never. That's always over the top. Yeah. That's comedic.
I always felt that was the case.
I would love to be at a house that got that angry. That would be at least fun. I could at least have some stories afterwards.
That's all I got for this one.
Yeah, I don't have a ton. I saw the future of why am I having such a hard time with his name? Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, I saw the future of his acting. You could see he was a decent actor, even in that little bit. He's the one part that I loved throughout the whole movie, and it's very comic movie to say, but everybody asked him, did he smell funny? That whole line throughout the whole movie after he gets sprayed with the cat
piss.
Yeah, so every time he comes up to someone new, they're like, "You stink," or
right.
Yeah, I thought that was my favorite part of the movie. That little tag throughout the whole movie, that was enjoyable to me. That was that was comedy to me.
Night Before.
That was my pick, right? Yeah, that's Night Before. That's Seth Rogen and yeah. What'd you think?
That stunk.
You didn't like it at all.
That fucking stunk. Let me tell you something, man. I laughed twice, and it was all over the place. I'm going, where is this going? And even when it got there, I didn't give a fuck. That movie stunk.
You didn't think Seth Rogen did a great job of playing like
Seth Rogen was Seth Rogen playing that character.
I thought the character was funny. The movie there's holes all over the movie. The end of the movie, they didn't explain it very well, where the angel gets his wings.
Right. Which to me was like, whatever, man.
That was almost like an afterthought. Let's put this in here.
Right. It's funny. Again, sometimes there are online internet comedians, and this couldn't be a truer depiction. You know how Jimmy Kimmel does those mean tweets?
Yeah.
I remember when Anthony Mackie was on there, somebody described him as looking like an aardvark. That is so visually accurate.
You think he looks like an aardvark?
Yes, nigga.
Dude.
Yes. The way that, dude, the almost, he has slanty eyes, but then the nose and the mouth all come together real small in the front. Nigga, yes. Go look at an aardvark. That is Falcon, nigga.
You didn't like any of the, you didn't like the scene where he's the, they didn't develop any of the characters. That's another problem. You know what I mean? They're all like little pieces of character. They're not developed.
The two moments that made me laugh, and one more than the other, the one moment was when the blood came out his nose and fell in the drink.
Yeah,
I thought that was gross and funny. But the part that really made me laugh was when he was in church, just the way he said, hallelujah. And then the baby said, fuck you. Dude, I laughed, dude. That made me laugh.
The baby, the paranoia that someone goes through on drugs and then sitting in like that, to me, there's funny parts of that movie, the overall movie. There was like 3 movies in that movie, and they didn't develop any 3 of them.
I wanted the bitch that stole his weed to get hit by a bus.
Something.
She angered me.
Something, anything. I did like when she said, yeah, I saw you, I looked you up, I took it. But for you, the funniest part to me with you, I automatically, when I watched it again, so for this, right. And I thought to myself, oh, Aries is like, he won though, because he got to fuck you. Like, to me, that wasn't right. Like you like I heard in your head going, that doesn't make any sense because he fucked you. So
right.
He won.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know when I told you when I watched Spider-Man and you and I were talking, and I said, yeah, man, people sent me emails and they named a ton of Christmas movies that made me go, oh yeah. I wish we had Office Party on our list.
Yeah, Office Party was really
good. Now, that movie goes 100 miles an hour in terms of funny. This fucking movie, it was like it was on a crowded freeway where only twice the traffic flowed.
Well, to be really honest with you, when I was trying to think of the Christmas movies, I got Office Party and The Night Before confused.
So you meant to say Office Party?
Well, I got their names confused. I like the one at where everything goes wrong. Yeah, that office was the scene in the office when they're having the party and they're not supposed to be out. That scene's way better than any part of this movie.
Let me tell you something. Again, my man is in that. Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Who almost never misfires. And then I'm not really a big, huge TJ Miller fan, but he was great in that. There's so many great people in that movie.
Yeah.
And again, from start to finish, bang, 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 bang with the comedy. And of course, I can look at Jennifer Aniston all day.
Yeah, but it's a different movie and it is better, but that is just that's an all out 100% foot on the gas movie. This one, when I knew that I messed up and I watched it again, I was like, oh, this is this one. But I liked Seth Rogen in this. You know what else I liked about it? I liked what's the other dude who's in it that's in the movies with Seth Rogen too?
James Franco.
That's when all that came out about James Franco being gay, or like he was, and they put him in that with that. And I think it's funny that they address shit that way.
Let me tell you something, man. White dudes have no problem, and this is why I know the black community is homophobic to a degree, but I also wouldn't be keen on doing some of the shit they do either. But white dudes have no problem doing gay humor. Black people, like I said, the black community gives black men shit for wearing dresses. But so let alone niggas gyrating on each other and licking each other's cheeks and kissing each other. Niggas can't get with that.
Yes.
White dudes have no problem doing that shit.
Because when they're done, they still go back to being white.
But what if niggas did it, you still go back to being black.
Yeah.
That's just a code. We don't violate that code.
But it's already hard enough to be black. Now throw that on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that's part of it.
Right.
But I think that's changing though too, dude. I think that's changing. I think it's changing in the aspect that everybody's supposed to be more open-minded and your lifestyle choice. Whether
you can't name 2 movies off the top of your head right now where black men jokingly do gay shit.
No, but now black movies that are black movies, like I shouldn't say black movies, that have black content in it. Well, what's the movie that you did not like it though? The
Moonlight,
and then
but that's different. That's a drama, and that's dealing with real shit.
But that wasn't even out there before that. This is though I'm saying it starts with.
But that'll be easier to accept because it's based in drama,
right? I get that.
Comedically, niggas don't play. Hey man, put your dick on me.
But you get the dramatic part comes, and now it just becomes more social. I don't know the Green Book. That was
drama,
but drama again, but still had comic relief in it, and still made the movie work.
Not with gay shit.
Not with gay. No, there was no comedy in that part.
Let me tell you something, and here's the reason why I don't think it'll happen within the black community. Because the comics that would have to do that ain't gonna do that. Godfrey has a hard stance on that shit.
Yeah.
And the same thing with wearing the dresses. Like I said, I recently did the podcast, I told you, No Jumper, with Adam 22.
Yeah.
And I addressed it. And I know I addressed it on this podcast. I don't have a problem doing it because I know it's contextually comedy. Now, would I go as far as to really, look, I did that movie, the promotion, where I played the gay rapper Homo Thug. Listen, man, I get enough pussy to where that shit don't bother me. Niggas don't rattle me like that. And when I put the clips up on my motherfucking Instagram, I had a lot of brothers. Nigga, you gay, nigga. You sold your soul, nigga. The Illuminati. Nigga, miss me. I'ma still eat these tacos and go to sleep just fine.
But the structure in the white community. Here, let me do it. Let me do a little racial political part here. The structure has never been to demasculate white men. The country's structure has never been set up that way. That is not true for black men.
I said on Adam's podcast, he asked me that question. He goes, why do you think black men get harsh response for wearing the dresses and all that? I said, because our image has always been made to look like we are less than. We are not as equal or as superior as white men. Our image is fragile. And to our young black boys, we need to give them positive imagery. So to somehow emasculate us, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Emasculate, is that the way? To somehow emasculate us or make us look weak or feminine is an image we can't afford. So we have to be guarded. We have to protect our shit. But I also said, look, man, perspective is key. Let's balance this shit out. There have been enough positive images of black men portrayed by Denzel, Don Cheadle, Morgan Freeman, Sam Jackson, Wesley Snipes. And I don't know too many of these young brothers coming up in the game, their names, but Derek Luke, my man who starred in Judah and the Messiah, both brothers in that. That it's like we can do some of that other shit too.
Well,
and there's more positive images than there are negative in terms of black men in dresses.
Well, but this is the other side of this, because you brought up something. You just said emasculation and feminine, where the concept right now of femininity and men and being in touch with your emotional feminine side, and that makes you weaker when you have that's what this attempt right now is minimizing, that you could still be you could be as gay as you want to be and still be a man. That doesn't take away from your maleness.
Wait. You could be you mean really literally you could be as gay as you want to be,
and
like you're gay and still be a man?
Yeah. Because that's a sexuality, not who you are as your power.
That's not who your
power is.
That's up for debate.
But that's what's trying to be communicated. I'm not saying that.
I know technically, yes, the title, yes, you're a man.
Yeah. And I don't want
to go down that road, but that's.
I know, and we don't have to go down that road. But what I'm saying is, if that's what they're trying to communicate, that's eventually not going to be where a man is judged on his sexuality. It should be judged on who he is, his character, his strength, and when you watch some of the movies in The Wire. Dude, who's the toughest guy in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. The strength isn't in your sexual preference. That's all I'm saying.
But again, not to beat a dead horse, it's drama.
Yeah, I got that. But what I'm saying is that's what the culture is trying to go to. Not black culture. The culture of who we are as people, as humans. So I'm not saying that it's going to change tomorrow, and I'm not saying that that's supposed to change. I'm saying that's what I see the direction of us as people are going to.
You know what's funny to me, and I'm gonna just say this last point, and then I'm done with this movie.
Yeah.
All them hardcore niggas that go, yo, the dress, the black men in the dress. It's like, again, so you didn't laugh at Martin Lawrence as Big Mama in the Big Mama series, or as Mama Payne, or as Shanae. You didn't laugh at Marlon and Sean and White Chicks. You didn't laugh at Eddie Murphy as Rasputia and Norbit. You didn't laugh as Eddie Murphy being Grandmama, Mama Clump, and Nutty Professor, Geraldine, Flip Wilson, again, Richard Pryor as the maid, and motherfucking, yes, your hero, Dave Chappelle, who they all go, man, Dave ain't sold his soul. That's why he the GOAT. Yes, Dave wore a dress and Robin Hood Men in Tights. Surprise! But my question becomes, or Jamie Foxx's Wanda, my question becomes, so you didn't watch none of that? Y'all didn't laugh at none of that? And if any of them niggas come to perform in your city, you're not going to their shows? You're fucking lying. You're lying.
I think
you
so.
You don't have respect for Eddie Murphy or any of those comics I named? Martin? You don't have respect for Martin because of that? Tyler Perry, who built the empire? Get the fuck out of here.
I think that it is it's crazy when you're as a character you're portraying a different sex. That shouldn't be an issue. I don't know why that's an issue. Because that's part of the humor of it, is to portray.
And it's make believe. At the end of the day, it's make believe.
Well, yeah, it really is make believe, because we just got done talking about Rock Hudson, and he was someone you believed was a ladies' man, and he was a man's man. So this is make believe. All right, what's the next movie we got on tap?
Fred Claus.
Dude, it's not a great movie.
The first time I saw it was so long ago. Seeing it again, you're right.
But it truly still has Vince Vaughn all over it. It has
which to me is its saving grace, along with Paul Giamatti,
who did a great job as Santa Claus.
Man, listen, that scene with Paul Giamatti and Kevin Spacey at the end, when he gives him the Superman cape.
Yeah.
Yo, Paul Giamatti's a bad boy. He had me invested.
Well, and the setup of the movie, even though I didn't really overall love the movie, the setup of the movie was really, they explained why Fred has a problem with Nicholas Claus. And it made sense. So I actually, I understood it. But dude, I told you this. My favorite part about watching a Vince Vaughn movie is, when is he going to eat in the movie? He eats in every single movie. And he eats an aggressive amount in every single movie. And it's very funny. And it's in every single fucking movie. And I love it.
You know, as much as I love, and I told you my two favorite comedic white boys, Vince Vaughn and Jason Bateman. As much as I love Vince Vaughn, yeah, this to me was probably one of his not so much got me movies. You know, like you said, it was okay. But I want to go back to Paul Giamatti for a second. As likable as Paul Giamatti is, and I guess this is also a testament to great acting. Just like you can love someone, you can hate someone. Remember Paul Giamatti's role in 12 Years a Slave?
Yeah.
I hated that motherfucker.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
But yeah. So that what a was it a 360 or 180? Like motherfucker, full circle.
Yeah, full circle is a 360, 180 is the half turn.
Nigga, from Saint Nick to, you know,
that
motherfucker.
Dude, you know, I have a feeling that looking at the people that are in the movie, well, the two, let's just say those two. I think sometimes you just have to make a movie. Sometimes it's in your contract and it fits the schedule. And listen, if you're going to make a movie and they're willing to do it on a sound stage and it doesn't have real snow and you don't have to be outside in the cold and you can just get your movie done and finish your contract. I mean, no one went into that movie thinking there was an Academy Award coming down the line.
Right.
So, but as a Christmas movie, it was cute. It was a cute movie. I'm going to say this. It was a throwaway Christmas movie. If someone put it on during Christmas, the holidays, and some kids were there, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Right.
But I wouldn't go out of my way to go find it.
I said this before. You know how much it pained me to see Ludacris in that movie?
Why?
Dude, rappers in movie. Let me not say rappers in movies. I don't mind rappers so much in dramas. To me, it just feels like a rapper in a comedy is just taking away a job, nigga, from comics.
Dude, but the only thing, it wasn't even their job. It was your head. I bet half of this was...
But he still had to sell it.
Yeah, but I bet some of this shit was even filmed. I bet they filmed it at their house. They just...
Dude, I just, just again, when you as a comic, you go, this is an opportunity for me to showcase what I do naturally, which is funny. And there's no way, and this is part of my note when we get to Jingle All the Way. It's my same note. So I'll just say it now. When you're not a comedian and you get put in a comedy, all you have to rely on to be funny is the writing.
Yeah.
And maybe the director helping you. If it ain't on the paper, you don't know how to do what a comic can do and go, I can bring to it what's not on paper. Natural funny. So if the writing's good and the director's good and you're good, it's an explosion of comedy. And that's what we live for. And to put somebody in a role where you go, this motherfucker can't do what I do. It just burns my ass, nigga. It burns my ass.
I thought it was fine. He's in there what does he have, 4 lines?
I don't give a fuck. And I was what I loved about what I'll give Will Smith credit for is this. No, he's not a comedian, but he's a naturally funny guy. Will is he has a funny personality, So at least if you come in with that, I'll even give you that. But a straight rapper, oh, dude, I feel like scratch my balls with a handful of honey with glass stuck in it.
All right. So, but there was, Elizabeth Banks was in that movie, who's very funny.
She was cute.
But she was just cute in it. She didn't have a great part.
Right.
John Higgins, who plays the elf that he's staying with.
Oh, dude, and that motherfucker is priceless in The Breakup.
Yeah.
Feels up. Oh, that fucking, yeah, he's great in that.
Dude, I thought that was, and I liked that there was only one real goofy scene where you see Vince Vaughn in the bed. They didn't keep going, where
his legs are hanging over.
in Elf, they did that quite a few times. You know, they tried to go back to the size proportion thing.
Right.
And I thought, I thought Will Ferrell did a good job with it in Elf, but I was glad that Vince Vaughn didn't like keep going to that to make the it work.
What did you think about the Siblings Anonymous scene?
That is the best, probably the best part of the whole movie.
Right. Doesn't Frank Stallone look like his brother, man?
Yeah.
Them lips.
Dude, but did you ever see Frank Stallone when he was on his singing career, when he would sing?
No, I remember him in, Rocky, because he's a lead dude around the trash can.
Yeah, but he really wanted to sing. Like, I mean, that was his thing. And he was in a band. Dude, once you see him, like, you don't see him as Rocky. Like, I heard the voice, I saw him come in, I was like, okay, I know who it is. And as soon as I just see that guy on stage singing, I'm like, I don't see him as Rocky.
There are two kinds of love that you ought to know. There are two kinds of love. Yeah.
But the Baldwin, which Baldwin was it?
Stefan is the skinny one. Alec is Alec. I think it's William.
No, that's Billy.
No, you're right. That's Billy Baldwin.
Yeah.
The blonde one that was in the movie.
Yeah, let me see.
I told you I was on a flight and I sat next to Frank Stallone. He gave me a copy of his CD because for obvious reasons, he's a boxing fan. And he was nicest dude. We talked boxing. We talked music for like 2 hours.
I'm sure he's a good guy. I just see his face. Then it is Stephen Baldwin that was in it, and Steve. I thought he did great because it's not Alec. I like how he goes, "This isn't Alec," and then they play it up really. They played it up nicely. I thought that was great. I wish they would have used Daniel Baldwin instead, because Daniel is the least attractive, the heavier set one.
Oh, he was in that movie I did. 420 about the weed movie with Keith David.
Yeah, that he would have been the one that I would think out of all the Baldwins, because the other ones get by at least looking like they're they get some roles and they're
but none of them really hold it down like Alec. Like none of them really.
If you ever listen to interviews with Alec, he talks about like when they're growing up. Alec was always got up in the morning, went and got a job. He'd come home and they were all out playing. They were goofing around. Alec is the one. Alec's the workhorse, the leader, the cuts the path.
Right.
These guys are just, and nothing against them. But you have your brother that's gonna, move the boulders out of the way. Why not let him do it? Come up behind.
What'd you think of Bill Clinton's brother?
Dude, that was, especially if I would have saw it at that time, it was probably even better when it came out. Yeah, you think about that shit because, but see, there's an interview with Hillary Clinton, and it reminded me of that interview of hers because I'm seeing him talk about, your brother's the president. I would think that that's kind of daunting. I mean, no matter what you do when you go to Thanksgiving dinner or whatever with your family,
but he don't look nothing like Bill.
He sounds like Bill. It looks a little like family,
dude. If you didn't tell me that one of the Baldwin brothers was Alec Baldwin's brother, you could look and see it.
Yeah, you can. Okay,
Stallone, you can see it.
Yeah,
you can't look at that motherfucker and go, he looked like Bill Clinton. Well, not at all.
But Bill Clinton looks like a regular guy, so it's hard for two regular guys to look like something.
Except when I'm eating snatch.
But Hillary said, and this is what's funny to me. Hillary said they asked her. She was dating before she was dating Bill. I guess she was dating some guy who his family owned a gas station, and she said they asked her. Said, "Well, how would your life be different if you would have dated the guy who owned the gas station?" And I'm paraphrasing, and she said something to the effect of, "Well, that guy would be the president of the United States then." So I was just looking at it. And I was thinking, I don't think she could have made him the president. I don't think she could have made Bill's brother the president. If that would have been who, she would have dated Bill's brother instead. I don't think that's president material that was sitting right there. But that's completely different. They're completely different. But they reminded me of Billy Carter. Remember Bill Carter's brother?
Yeah, you getting into a age range that I don't,
when
Remember,
President,
you're 10 years older than me.
yeah, when President Carter was in office, his brother Billy, they would call him Billy. He wasn't Bill, he was Billy, and he came out with a beer called Billy Beer that was being sold all over the country while, Carter was president. Then you had his brother with his Billy Beer, and he was out doing interviews and being that kind of guy.
Excuse me. Do you have Billy Beer? Oh, we've got plenty of that. What about A&A Ale? We don't have it. Ask me if I want to talk about Jingle All the Way.
So, yeah, man, should we get to Jingle All the Way?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Had you not seen this one in a long time?
Not in a long time. Do you like Arnold Schwarzenegger in comedies, man?
I liked him in Twins with Danny
I was going to
DeVito.
ask you, what's the best Arnold Schwarzenegger comedy? Twins, Jingle All the Way, or Kindergarten Cop?
I think most people would say Kindergarten Cop. I really liked him with Danny DeVito. And I thought it was so outrageously confused. There's no way those guys are twins.
Right.
I like Twins. I like Danny DeVito.
If I got to pick one, I would say Twins too, even though I'm kind of grossed out at the idea of seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant. And I think that whole thing is a little insane.
But they went there.
Right. Yeah. I got to push. Do you see the head?
I think his accent, though, made that outrageous scene better.
Let me tell you something, man. I had in my notes, seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger do anything outside of shooting a gun or throwing a nigga through a window just seems odd. Like that moment where he's on the phone with his son and he goes, tell your mother to come to the phone immediately. And I'm just going, it's hard to get past one of the most recognizable accent / voices in movie history. Because that's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you associate him with blockbuster action movies. Him running and doing goofy shit, it feels crazy.
It honestly, dude, that is one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh, you didn't like it at all?
At all. Did you like it again? Seen it again?
It comes with an age requirement.
Yes, it does. Like, I wouldn't mind putting little kids in front of that movie. That's fine.
Right. Man, dude, what'd you think of Sinbad?
It's Sinbad. It's the same Sinbad. It's in everything that he's done. It's Sinbad.
Dude, when did Hollywood say, yo, we done with you, yo? Because when you co-star in a movie with who at that time, one of the biggest stars in movies, how do you go from that to just Hollywood going, yo, we done with you, yo? Here's your pink slip. Like you almost go, what did he do wrong? In this business, there's a saying, work begets work.
Yeah.
And when you work and you work on a level of an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, you're not supposed to stop working. But then Hollywood just goes, we done with you.
Wasn't that Tom Arnold's last movie too that he did with that other big movie that Schwarzenegger?
True Lies.
That was pretty much the end of Tom Arnold.
And Tom Arnold was fantastic in that.
So maybe it's Schwarzenegger that just ruins your career.
No, maybe he's calling a shot. Yeah,
I don't know.
give me the president of Colombia. Yeah, had a good time with Sinbad, but tell him he's terminated.
Dude,
give me on the phone with the CEO of Paramount. Yeah, Tom Arnold. Tell him he won't be back.
Listen, I have total respect for Sinbad. And I know that he's not in a great way, so this is not trying to be disparaging to him at all. But at the time when Sinbad became Sinbad,
yeah,
and Hollywood, if you were only allowed one black male that was killing it, there was other people that were in line that I would have rather seen than Sinbad. Sinbad just didn't do it for me.
And he had at the time too, he was kind of hot. He had those HBO specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sinbad's body looks like he wears a complete football uniform, though he's not.
Well, and I think that might have been, even though you just said that might have been part of it, because Sinbad, Eddie Murphy started the leather look, and then Sinbad tried to do that on one of his specials. And Sinbad,
I think it was the first one.
Yeah, and Sinbad
at the college he was at.
Yeah, and he ain't Eddie. So
I'm telling you, that nigga built awkward, nigga.
Have your own look is what I'm trying to say. Have your look, because how I was introduced to Sinbad as a comedian was that special, and it didn't do it. It wasn't, come out, look like Eddie, be in that moment, and you're not Eddie. You have your own. He was a completely different, and that's who he should have been marketing to. I wasn't the person he should have been marketing to. I shouldn't have watched that special.
Listen, when you go to Mississippi, there are women who have what I call Sinbad body. They just be tall and be built like Sinbad, nigga.
They Sinbad.
Sinbad, like, nigga, the booty, the crack at the top of the booty touches the back of the hairline.
Dude, it's just
and the shoulders look like shoulder pads, nigga.
It's shoulders that go into a butt. It's a V. It's
a weird shape, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. And then and skinny legs.
Right.
That don't look like they can hold up what's on top.
Quail booty.
Nothing against Sinbad. I'd love to listen. And to be honest, in this business that I hear, every people love to tell bad shit. I have never heard one bad word about Sinbad. Never.
No, Sinbad's a super nice dude.
Yeah. So when I'm saying this, I'm not trying to come off as like.
And one of the most incredible, if not the most incredible, clean comic I've ever seen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
In terms of funny.
That's what I'm saying with that Eddie thing. It was a different guy that I was expecting some, whatever. Right. But dude, just a nicest guy. But there's not much of a part to going, I need to get this doll too. Let's go get this doll. Okay. We're not going to get it. The effect, this is when, this is why I think this is one of the worst movies ever though too. When Robert Conrad opens the box and then the explosion happens and you hear the explosion and the whole floor. Right. And then like the Wile E. Coyote in the, he's standing there holding like what's left of the box and his hair's blown up and
he's covered in black.
That's, when we talk about that's past cliche. It's just,
speaking of which, and both Fred Claus and this movie, Jingle All the Way, had this in it. The comedy cliche, again, beating up Santa, a Santa fight. It's as hacky as the joke where comics go. The setup is he's describing a mean, angry, aggressive woman, and the punchline is, "Oh, come on, Grandma." It's the idea that something as sweet and pure and innocent as Santa is violent or you're beating him up. That's such a cliche hack comic moment.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that he said it like when Schwarzenegger was on the phone with Phil Hartman. He said, "Put my cookies down. Put my cookies down now."
That was the reason. That was the saving grace for me, is to watch Phil Hartman in it, because
what did you think of Phil Hartman?
He played. I like Phil Hartman. I really liked him on TV and news radio. It was a news radio. Is that what?
News radio.
But the character he played was like one of the married characters that he played on SNL.
Right.
But it was fine. It was fine. It didn't do anything for me either. I wanted more of the Phil Hartman that I like. That wasn't really it.
Again, obviously it's subjective, and certain comics draw you how they draw you. But like Will Sasso was a major Phil Hartman fan. And, news radio did nothing for me. And even when he was on SNL, I mean, I liked when he did Sinatra. But he didn't jump out to me on SNL. But Will adored him.
No, Will, I mean, I think he's real. I thought he was super talented. I really liked watching him. You didn't like News Radio. You didn't like Joe Rogan on it. You didn't like any of that. Come on, man.
Nah, son.
That was a young Rogan too. That's when he had.
Nah, yo, Andy Dick. Nah,
dude, and that was Andy Dick at his funniest.
That was Andy Dick at his dickiest.
His funniest. That's the funniest he's ever been. I can't believe you didn't like News Radio. Was a great cast, man. It was put together well. The guy who ran the station, I forgot his name. I love everything that dude's in.
Really?
Yeah, he's always he plays that.
Didn't.
Nah, News Radio was great. I thought it was great. I thought Phil Hartman was good in it, but it didn't offer anything new. It's the guy who is divorced that's trying to fuck all the neighbors.
Right.
And the only one he wants to fuck is the one that's, married to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's that problem. And then Arnold
and even believing, trying to believe
that part.
What did she find sexy in? Get the fuck out of here. Dude, you are designed to shoot shit and blow shit up. Anything else is just like, come on, man.
Well, he almost did that at the end. At the end, he's the superhero. He plays.
Oh, and the suspension of disbelief. And I guess this is the cute factor. Like, word, he had to take off the helmet for his son to go, my dad is Turbo Man. So the big freeway gap teeth and the didn't give it away.
No.
Nigga, you could drive a fucking Buick through that nigga's mouth.
I did like when she realized that he was Turbo Man, his wife, and she's like,
right.
Oh. Wow.
Ooh,
yeah. That's her little.
I'm going to give you this turbo cock. When I come inside you, you're going to shoot off my dick through 4 levels of the room.
But so here's the question: what was the worst out of those? Oh, we haven't got to the last one. We can't get to it.
No, we're about to get to the last
one. Yeah.
Here we go. Krampus. Am I saying it right?
Krampus. I don't know. Krampus. I think it's Krampus.
Right.
What'd you think? I never seen it.
Here's what fucked me up. I thought it was going to be some piece of shit, bullshit type movie. I'm like, yo, Universal produces it.
Yeah.
And yo, they had respectable faces in there.
Yeah. I would be honest, before you even, because I hadn't seen it, I'll just say this. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes. That's a good 2 words. The opening scene. What makes people act like animals during Black Friday and for these Christmas sales? Because people really act like that. Why do they act like that?
I don't know, but you know what I loved about that scene in the very beginning? It's almost the same scene from Turbo Man. When he's trying to get the doll. So you don't know how dark this is going to get from that scene. It looks like any other beginning Christmas movie kind of opening. So I like that scene because it does not give away what this movie is going to be at all.
I was worried because before I saw the preview, because I watched it on Amazon Prime. So I watched the trailer first, and that's when I was like, damn, Universal? Oh shit, that dude, this person, this, okay. I really thought this shit was going to be like Leprechaun.
Yeah,
like just some stupid shit.
It's not. It's like Leprechaun if it was done better.
It was quality,
but it's still very that same kind of idea, though.
Right. When the aunt or the older woman, the family member, when she says to the lady whose house they go to, who doesn't make a ham for Christmas? What are you, a Jew?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Jews don't eat ham?
No. It's pork.
Is it a pork thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Jews was like Muslims.
Yeah.
Y'all don't fuck with pork.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
That's why I don't eat them. I don't eat.
But you've eaten pork.
I don't eat pork. Well, let me rephrase this. I eat pork. I don't eat it because the reason when I don't eat like pork chops and ham and stuff isn't for religion. I just don't like the texture of that meat.
Let me ask you something. You ever went down on a fat bitch?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say if you did, then nigga, you eat pork.
No, I got a pretty clean record.
Okay. or you boil her for 30 minutes and then you go down on her and it kills all the bacteria.
Yeah, it's that boiled ham.
Okay.
No, I haven't done that. But the dude, Adam Scott, who I think plays one of the best dicks, playing the best dick parts. I think he plays the dick really well. You don't think?
Had you clean that up?
Dick parts? Yeah.
He plays the best dicks.
Yeah, but he plays an asshole very well. That's better.
Who is this?
Adam Scott, the father.
Oh, it's always in the comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always kind of plays the bad guy in those scenes, the asshole. I think he did a good job. And David, I don't know how to say David's name, the one who was in the Anchorman and those movies.
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking about.
No. Adam Scott is the dark-haired guy, the younger dark-haired.
Oh, right.
He just has that kind of dick look in his face.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
in one of my favorite movies, The Black Mass.
Yeah,
he's one of the agents. Yeah.
But
I actually worked with that dude, and he played the bad guy in a pilot I did that never came out called Crosstown Traffic.
And I bet he was great. Was he great?
He was like Mod Squad. He was the main bad guy in that.
I think he plays a great asshole. He just has that look and the voice, everything about him. I'm not saying he's an asshole in real life, but I would have liked him in high school. Like if I saw him in high school, I would have been, that dude's a dick. I wouldn't have liked him.
Yeah, that's why I said, when I saw the faces, I was like, and even the main chick, I'm like, these are respectable actors.
Yeah, she's a real actress. That's Tony something. I don't know. But David, how do you say his name? Kotcher?
I have no idea how to say that goofy shit.
But he did. I thought he did a great job in playing the redneck.
Yeah,
redneck-ish.
Yes, that scene where they're all sitting around the table, and one of the two daughters snatches the kid's letter and reads it, and goes blah 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 and bullshit. I have to ask this question: what is it about white culture that it's okay that your kids talk like adults?
No.
And your peers.
No. I'm not going
to. I know not you.
No. I'm not
even. But the majority of white people allow their kids to talk like they're adults.
No, this is all that new age shit. This is the time.
Nah, Andy, that's been going on. That is a part of white culture.
Not in any home that I ever went to. Where kids.
What you mean?
Any home, as I was growing up as a little kid, we did not. The kids didn't talk to the parents that way. I would have been. I would have been shocked. But I'm 10 years older than you, though, too. And there was a difference at that time. You didn't talk to your parents that way. No.
But I'm saying, Eddie Murphy, when he made the joke on Delirious about the white kid going, shit, mom, I'm hurrying to move as fast as I can. So this has been going on since at least the 80s.
I guess, but I'm telling you, when I first said damn, I remember saying damn at the house. And I was outside doing something. I didn't realize my mom was there. And I said, damn. And then I looked over and I saw my mom on the corner of my eye, and I was like, holy shit, I'm in trouble. Like, I just saying damn outside.
Were you in trouble, though? Were you?
I saw her look away for a second, and then she turned around. She goes, I don't want to hear any words like that coming out of your mouth again. But she must have laughed because she turned her head for a second. Because I thought, well, maybe she didn't hear it. Right. And she turned around. She goes, not in my house. Is it something like that? Not in my house. We don't talk like that in my house.
Okay.
So no, we weren't, and the kids in my neighborhood, none of us talked like that to our parents. We were afraid.
This had to be you talking about 70s.
Yeah, this is 70s. I was born in 65, so I'm.
But I could see that. I could see that in the 70s because remember when we talked about the Dirty Harry movie?
Yeah.
And I told you how the dude slapped shit out the kid.
Yeah.
Like 70s, shit was, In
the 80s, they started doing the timeout shit. You're not supposed to spank your kids. Listen, I don't think you're supposed to beat your kids. I didn't beat my kids. I didn't spank each one of them got spanked once. And you know what? That was enough because each of them knew that there was a possibility that could happen again. And I'm not saying beat your children, but I'm saying I don't believe 100% you're supposed to just do timeouts and do this. True. I could do timeouts on because he putting him in a corner was worse than anything I could do to him physically because he didn't want to sit there because he was too fidgety and anxious. And
That's the autism?
yeah. So that one, if I threatened him with that Max just didn't, like I said, each one of them got swatted once. And it wasn't like how I got spanked. I got spanked, like, bent over. You bend over. My dad would get the belt out.
And you think that was wrong?
The way he did it, it was wrong because of how I don't think he was in control of his aggressiveness when he did it.
When black people do the belt with the "you don't move when I say," that's wrong.
If you're in control of your anger, I don't think it's wrong. If you're beating someone angrily, there's something wrong because you're not going to beat them the same way.
Who beats somebody happily?
When you feel like you have to discipline your kid, yeah, you're angry. But I mean, I'm saying in control. I don't think my dad knew how hard he hit us. Like there was times when we got beat. Like I don't know what it's normal for someone else. I didn't go over their house.
Nigga, I got
bruise.
slavery whoopings.
Did you get welts and
what extension cords, son?
Up the back because
butt naked.
Well, he would make us be naked, and he'd be so angry it would go up our back, and that's when my mom would get really mad at him because it wasn't just a spanking, it was a beating.
Let me tell you how rough and fucked up this is. We lived on West 34th Street. We went to PS 33, which was at least, I want to say, a good 15-block walk from where we lived. Now, this is the 80s. We used to, me and my sister, walk to and from school as little kids all by ourselves, which is highly irresponsible and dangerous. New York City in the 80s. And the one time I didn't come straight home because I went to my friend's house because he had Atari, and I went to go play video games, and I didn't come home. I was 2 hours late from coming home. My mother was, of course, scared and petrified. But when I got home, she was so mad, she made me get butt naked and whoop me with an extension cord. Like, bitch, you mad at me, but yet you sent me and my sister dangerously walking to and from fucking school in Manhattan.
But see, that's the thing. She sent you with a time limit. And when you messed that time limit up, it fucked her head up because she already knew that it was a fucked up situation. I'm not justifying that, but let me just tell you, I'll tell you this one about my dad. This was one my dad did. This is my stepfather, my dad. I call him my dad because he raised me. But he did this. My dad wasn't handy at all. And the neighbors around us were handy, like they could work with tools and stuff. And one guy came over once and he helped my dad out with something, and he was kind of making fun of my dad a little bit. And I wanted to, so what I was in my head, I was like, I'm going to defend my dad. This is my dad, right? And we had this breakfast counter in our kitchen. So it was like this 3 feet counter that you served on one side and ate on the other side. Your mom could make dinner, whatever, breakfast, and throw it at you. Then you sit on the other side. My dad, so I went to say, the guy was saying something about my dad, and I went to go, my dad might not be able to use tools. And I was going to say, but he, and I was about ready to say, but he, whatever compliment I was going to give him about why he was a good dad. And before I didn't even get the B out for the butt. And he hit me and knocked me from the front side of the counter over the back side of the counter in one fucking swipe. And I don't want to say that he punched me because I don't think it was open-handed. I mean, I don't think it was closed-handed. I think it was open-handed. But my dad was a big man. He weighed like 350. He was 6'2". He had he had the sausage fingers, those Italian sausage finger guys. Dude, I sent me flying, man. And I was like, damn.
And you were defending him?
He didn't know what I was going to say because I was saying my dad might not be able to work with tools. I don't even think I said I just said my dad can't work with tools is what I was saying. And then I was going to go, but he does this for us, But that didn't even get it. There's no chance the butt even came out. I got the buh. And the next thing I knew, I was on the other side of the counter. My dad didn't fuck around. So
that was the Italian dude, right?
Yeah, that was the Italian dude. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was done. I was just on the other side going, well, everything I was going to say, I'm glad I didn't say it now.
You know what I would love to the listeners, please email us with your most funny or horrific growing up as a child ass whooping stories. I can listen to those all fucking day because some of them be priceless.
This could be a podcast. Just people calling in with their fucking whoopings. Because, dude, my dad, Richard Pryor, when he talks about getting that switch, and you hear it in the wind, my dad, when he first heard that, he was doubled over laugh. They used to beat him. My dad got beat like with there was a story that I heard about him getting beat with like a piece of wood, like outside wood, and getting beat with it. My dad was always a big guy, so they went extra on him. But that switch story, he just died laughing because to him that's how you did it. You made someone think about what was going to happen to them.
Dude, I'm convinced that after the slavery and shit was over, obviously from that moment all the way up until now, and those years closest to slavery as we move towards the future, those had to be the worst ass whoopings because some of those ass whoopings was residue from what
was before,
from what happened before.
Yeah, because you always think it starts off today. Remember, I haven't heard this in a long. Parents don't say this anymore, but I know my parents used to say, "I used to have to walk 20 miles to school." And and we've gotten progressively less. Where now it's like I only had 3 channels on my television. That's where we are right now. But if you go back, man, could you imagine what the stories you would like? It wouldn't seem. Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's a really good point. But yeah,
man, the mentality. There's a mentality and what we saw and what we've been through that gets passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah, because your trauma is passed down. So how much of it gets passed down? Like maybe only passed down 90%. So it takes years before we just have 3 channels. We only had 3 channels on our television.
I think that's it, man.
That's the wrap. Oh, wait, we didn't answer it. Did you like Krampus then? Did you think it was a good movie? Did you like the end? Did the end freak you? Because the end, I was like, oh, this is too easy. He just, like, he like the apology worked.
Well, I tell you what, let's go through them in terms of scale of 1 to 10. 10 great, 1 non-watchable again.
Okay.
The ref for you.
It's a 6.
Give it I'll go with that.
I could watch it again, but if I never saw it again, I wouldn't be mad.
There you go. What was the other one? Fred Claus.
I don't need to see it again. I'm going to give it a 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm going to give it about a 3. Jingle All the Way.
After watching it again, give it a 4.
I really don't need to see that again. I'd give it a 3.
A 3?
Yeah. The Night Before. Fucking 1 to me.
It's a 3 or a 4 again.
Okay.
I like Seth Rogen in it. I think some of the story's fun. But like I said, there was 3 different movies in there. They only made 1.
Right. And then Krampus.
I'd almost like to see Krampus again, only because I think there's things in there I missed because it's cheesy, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
If I don't smoke a blunt, it's a 4. If I smoke a blunt, it's a good 7.
I'm saying it's probably a 6, maybe because I've only seen it the one time and it got my curiosity. I could maybe go to a 7. I think the only thing that bothered me was the Santa face at the end. That face that didn't move. I wish it would have moved. But the one that opened up and then the worm or whatever mouth thing, that one fucking got me a little bit. I was like, damn, that was something.
Yeah, I was happy to see that fat kid get taken because his upper lip bothered me.
Yeah, well, and I really liked the gingerbread man being bad.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty cool, but it was a little teeny, and we could have put this in Christmas movies too. It was a little bit of like Gizmo, the Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins. Right. And that's a classic.
Yeah, but that they have there's a scene, they're in it's taking place during Christmas too. So we could have thrown that one in there. But those little gingerbread men kind of reminded me of the Gremlins a little bit. But I love when you walk into that one and the gingerbread's on the refrigerator and the knife through it and you don't know what it is. And that's kind of like then you kind of go throughout the movie. So I would watch it again only because I'd like to figure that end out a little bit better. I mean, now does he just own all those souls, and that's why they're in those in the snow globes?
Well, but when he asked for his family back and said he believed, everything went back to normal.
But then at the end, you realize that they're normal, but they're talking to each other, and they start remembering what happened, and they're all in the snow globe. They're in that snow globe.
If I watch it again, I'm gonna do it high.
It might be able to figure it out because that grandmother, she doesn't get explained why she's there. She's just kind of this grandma who speaks German.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I thought it was Spanish.
No, I'm pretty sure it's German. And
holy shit.
And then she she's the one who had the original Krampus ornament. So maybe this has been going on forever. I don't know. See, this is why you should be high when you watch that movie. By the way, the other person we didn't give a shout out to in that movie was did you ever watch 2.5 Men? Did you like 2.5 Men with Charlie Sheen? The movie?
Nah.
The housekeeper is the aunt in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The one who said about the ham and the Jews.
Yeah. She was good in that. I thought she was good in it.
Yeah.
She's funny, but she plays that same character. She plays that character most that
right.
But yeah, that one out of all the movies we saw, that's the one I'd like to see again. Even though I don't think it's a great movie, it was interesting to me.
Right. Okay.
So there's our Christmas specials, you guys.
Are we making any kind of announcements?
Yeah, we'll make this one. Let's see. We're what's today? Today's the 20th. Oh man, you guys are going to be hearing this. Oh, we're just before. We got to wish everybody a Merry Christmas because this is the last.
Oh, okay.
This is on the 22nd, so they're going to have Christmas in 3 days from now.
Yeah, wish all you motherfuckers a very, very Merry Christmas. Do you like eggnog?
Not really. I like it. If you put some alcohol in it, it's not bad.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good shit.
We're going to say it again on tomorrow's episode too, but this is
big shout out to Kolsch, Shamor, LeBron, Ship, Mookie, motherfucking Farrah, Deidre Ann Johnson, CC, Shannon. Who else can I name drop real quick? You know anybody off there? Miles Warlord, motherfucking nigga Randfoots, Junebug Spade.
You should name all the famous people that listen to us.
Who?
Just name some so people think that we're being listened to.
Oh, so we big time?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Prince, what them niggas from the Princes, the London, the Prince Boys?
I don't know what
the two royal niggas in the London, the white gingerbread looking niggas from London, the royal niggas. Big shout out to them.
Big shout out. Snoop Dogg, thanks for listening.
Snoop Dogg, Will Smith, Ted Koppel.
Vince Vaughn, thanks for listening, man. Big thank you so much for listening.
No doubt. Motherfucking, who the gay dude from CNN?
Don Lemon.
Nah, he ain't gay, is he?
I think so.
The white boy.
Oh, fuck, dude.
With the white hair.
I know who you're talking about. He's fucking fashion royalty. He comes from his mom is Van. What the fuck is his
Kathy
name?
Griffin? All y'all. Thank you.
Now I got to get his name. What is his fucking name?
That's killing me too.
Everybody's yelling right now.
Fuck. And I just had it. Let me see who's gonna come up with it first. Me and you. Dun 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 dun.
You're definitely gonna win.
What's the white boy name?
Why the fuck
Dude,
is
why you can't just do it with Siri and go gay white man CNN?
All right, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Let's see what it comes up.
Say gay white man CNN. I guarantee you it come up.
Gay white man CNN. Didn't come up. Just CNN came up.
Really?
Yeah.
Try homosexual white man. It's a little bit more classy.
Homosexual white man. CNN.
CNN. Did it come up?
No, it didn't give it to me.
Try to cocksucker white man.
No.
Fuck fuck with his name?
Why you want to get us canceled already? It's you're gonna get canceled for the end of the year, and then we'll start new again, I guess. Here, I'm gonna find it right now. Here it is.
Right. Well, your Siri is. Hold up, let me see if my shit.
Yeah. Try your shit then. Stop giving me shit about mine.
I don't think I can do it right now. Yeah. This is really fucking me up that I'm drawing this kind of a blank.
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson fucking Cooper.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you say
all that
Kathy
for
Griffin
that.
because they do the show together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that,
All right.
Would you do the D list?
What's the D list?
She did that show, that reality show. Okay.
No, I got pride, motherfucker. I don't do no shit like that. I told you they offered me $80,000 to do Celebrity Fit Club. Fuck out of here. Suck all of my dick. Have me show ponying around for chuckles.
Him money and
Nah, nigga, you gonna have to put some more zeros on that motherfucker if I'm gonna go out like that.
All right. Well, so it's our Christmas Day. This is shout out to everybody for Christmas, the night before Christmas, all the Christmases. And I'm very nice about this because I didn't shout out any Hanukkah wishes, and that was weeks ago. So, but to all my Jews, man, I did light a candle.
L'chaim.
We know that ain't a real holiday anyway, but whatever. And Kwanzaa's on the 26th. Kwanzaa begins on the 26th. If you want to shout that one out too.
I'm gonna save it because that's actually part of my intro for tomorrow's emails.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm doing a character I haven't done in a long time, Bartholomew Carrington III.
Okay. So that, and then guys, we're going to be again the 30th through the 2nd. We're going to be at the Miami Improv for New Year's. Get your tickets. There's a few left for New Year's Eve. I'd love to see you come out there. I'm taking Tara out there. We're going to be out there the whole week.
Is that right?
Well, I'm staying
way
till
to bring in the new year. That's sexy.
Yeah, I think we're staying till like Wednesday morning.
Yeah, when the countdown is over, I'm gonna tongue kiss both of you.
I don't think so.
All right. Musical guest. Before we get to the musical guest, allow me to play this commercial. Steve, as we talked about every other week, play that Aries clip where I'm talking about the Aries thing. And then now coming out of that in 3, 2, 1. Musically, coming up, this is Chris Granja.
Granja?
Granja, Granja. But he goes by the name, and this is a Russian dude. I think I played this shit before. Kalashnikov.
That's what he goes by now?
Yeah.
Why don't you
Kalashnikov Red.
Why don't you get to reintroduce himself?
Who, him?
Yeah, because he gave you 2 names. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kalashnikov Red. I took the Jay-Z shit and did what you did.
Yeah, that's what I was trying for.
Yeah. Instagram, KALASHNIKOV, Red Official. Apple Music and other streaming sites under that same name. YouTube, same name. Ooh, shit. KALASHNIKOV, Red. Trap it up. All right. I think this song is called Fighting Off Babylon. Shit. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this shit, well, it was hosted by Ari Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Klein-Schmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit www.spearsburgpod.com.